Hi, it's Carolyn Moore with Modern Widows Club, and we are reviewing the book Caring for Widows by Brian Croft and Austin Walker. So we were talking about the vulnerability of women and predators in the last, and the rest of this book, it starts talking about have times changed between biblical times and now. It says a lot of widows in the Western world may have improved in many ways, but ongoing needs remain despite those improvements. Meanwhile, the plight of widows in other parts of the world continues, with widows invariably exposed to suffering from neglect, abuse, and various forms of exploitation. The one that I can think of the most, actually, in this small section is the fact that there's 39 countries around the world that have more than 1 million widows. The United States is actually number 3. With around 14 million widows. That comes out to about 2,800 widows a day. Women, married wives, become widowed every day. When I found out that statistic, it was really jarring. And now what we know around the world, because of this suffering from literally neglect, abuse, and forms of exploitation, what they're talking about here is widows' daughters are the very wellspring of human trafficking around the world. Widows' daughters are the most sought out by predators because they're the most vulnerable and they're most unprotected and they're easiest to pluck. They approach their mothers who have nothing but poverty to offer them, and the mother wants their daughter to have an opportunity, whether they think that's working in housekeeping or cooking. The majority of those cases go to human trafficking, and it's a link that has not really been identified yet or supported by most of our governments around the world. When you don't have actually statistical evidence of widows or their daughters, you don't have what is misunderstood will always be underserved. And so our hope is that we support our daughters, actually, of our widows in the U.S., and then hopefully that will ripple out into the world and become a much more of a concerted effort for people to care, not just about human trafficking, but also the very root cause, which is the neglect of widows, which we actually get into in this book in a chapter and a few videos here. So thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk more about this next time.